Keep on. Good morning. Good morning. So today we are sitting out here looking at what looks like a penny stock day, a true penny stock day. A lot of sub-dollar stocks showing over 100%. So I think those boys are gonna be coming out. And did I add all these over here? We got a NCMI up 79%. We got CELZ up 152%. HTCR up 118%. Ooh, there's more. Okay, so yeah, got a couple of sub pennies moving under here. Not sub pennies, not all of them. Some of them are $1.92. So some of them are pretty close to the price that we like. Let's see what we got. YVR. Some of these, are they getting the volume though? This is volume. Okay. They do have a bit of volume as well. The lowest one on here has 5 million shares traded. BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond. I did take one trade yesterday. It was a nice trade on Lucy. Lucy was feeding yesterday. And I'll go over that in just a minute. Let me make sure I got all these moved over. NCMI, CELZ, PBLA, PBLA, HTCR, YVR. Okay. All right, that's all of them. All right, so let's go over this trade from yesterday on Lucy. Good morning, Donnell. So yesterday on Lucy, I was watching this 4-hour chart form here, and Lucy took quite a bit of a jump up here from the 146 all the way up here to the $4. And what interested me on Lucy was when I scroll back on this timeline, we can see that the tip top of this, well, first I had drew these two supports. I drew two supports on the tops of these candles here as some support. And this also matched up even back here. These two support lines were here all the way across. And I was like, man, that may be an interesting level. At first I was like, you know what, maybe it's this one down here. Maybe it'll pull all the way back down to the 250s. But when I looked back across this level right here, let's see, this level of support down here wasn't as obvious as these two up here. And I was like, that's interesting. I don't know if it'll be able to pull back. And just watching it, I kind of watch and observe the market, and it slowed down around this area between this between the, or going towards the $3. And I was like, if it holds over 3, this could be interesting. So I made $3 flat my line in the sand. So basically, hey, if it goes below this, I'm just gonna stop out, take the loss, whatever. And so it came down and it started to slow down around 325. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a starter position around 325. I hit the market order. It filled me at 329. Okay, that was 4 cents above where I wanted. So I was like, okay, well, I got a couple more ads if I'm gonna add. But it didn't come back down. It didn't come down any further. So it actually started to take off from 329 back upward. And I only had a 350 shares. I was gonna add and then add some more if it came back down, but it didn't. So I was like, cool. And this is the 4 hour chart. On the hour chart, you can see it a little bit more. You can see it a little bit more pronounced. It came down, held this level right at the 325s where I was adding right down here, and then that next candle popped. Now the strategy that I'm using, I sell half at VWAP, right? So it popped up here over VWAP and it started to struggle. So I was like, okay, take the profit, take the profit. But at that point, it was from 329 up to 387s was where I was taking the most at, right at the top where it was struggling. So about a 50 cent winner on that, on the majority of that. And then I went to lunch. So during my lunch, this thing came down and reversed and had a huge pop from 350s all the way up here to the fives, and we watched it go up to the moon. And I was like, hey, I'm just glad, I got the first move. I got that first pivot, took my profit. It was 190 bucks. It wasn't crazy, but it was definitely a little bit off of there, just following the plan. And this second one, I don't know if I would have taken this trade on this second pivot, because when I came back and looked at it, I was like, I really don't know if I would have got jabbed in there. Let me see on the 15 minute. I really don't know if I would have took this trade because it was so close to this stupid line, which is the VWAP. I mean, it was hugging it. It did come down off of it. It fell down off of it to the 350 and then popped back up. And I was like, well, because I like the extensions away. I like to see some gaps. I like to see, you see all this space and opportunity. I like to see something where it's almost like a sweep out of there. This one wasn't a sweep, and it definitely was not predictable. When it did shoot, it went. I mean, it ripped out of there. And if you look at the volume, the top volume candle out here on the beginning of the day was 13 million shares. And we come out here and we see a lot of trading under the VWAP. And what I like seeing is volume continuing strongly under VWAP. That's I like that, especially with all the other factors that was in there. And then came up here, had a little failure at VWAP, which I was saying, I sold right here at 387. And I think I chose a good place to sell there, especially holding that first position from 329 up here to the 387s. And I just followed the plan. Look, I'm trying to sell half over VWAP. If I see too much struggle, I just chip away until it's all gone. And I had 25 shares left, and I just put a stop out there at I think it was 375. If it broke down 375, I would just be out. And that's what happened. It broke down that and just popped back up. But I like predictability. I don't really, this right here, buying right here, anything can happen right here at the stupid line. And as you can see, the shorts got baked off the stupid line. Now this could have went either way. It could have went up or down, because looking back here on the daily chart on Lucy, we can see that Lucy has a history of giving back profits. Look at these topping wicks. And that's another thing I was wary of too. If this thing does go, how quickly is it going to give back its gains? So yeah, that was the trade from yesterday, 190 bucks. Today it'll probably be an observation day, because y'all know I really don't be touching on those penny stocks like that. But today penny stocks are popping off. Or I guess sub $2 stocks are popping off. Top of the leaderboard right now is, let me switch this up, CELZ up 154%. $1.23. Next one up is HTCR with 115%, and I'm just going by the actual percent gain right now. NCMI 67%, PBLA 38, and so on. But yeah, who's leading in the volume? We can see NCMI is leading in the volume though. So we'll see how those hold up here into the open. And also I added I found this other, it works kind of like it's a relative volume standard deviation over here on TOS. And it does the same thing as this thing on FinViz that shows you the relative volume here of your stock, which is over a 14-day period. How has the volume how has the volume increased or decreased? What are we looking for as far as the norm, from the norm to the standard deviations away from the norm? And so that's what I've been looking at as well, looking at those higher standard deviations on some of these stocks. Let me type out a example. Let's just go to Lucy. Actually, no, on their screener, this is what it is. So if I go to all here, this thing right here, relative volume, this is basically what that is. It's the ratio between the current volume and a 3-month average. Now, I don't know exactly how, I don't know if it's a 3-month average on TOS, but that's basically what it is. It's a ratio between current and 3-month average intraday adjusted volume. But yeah, they got that in TOS, so I was glad I found that. They also have it in I think they have it in Street Smart Edge as well, but yeah. Definitely saves me some time from having to go out there and look. Good morning, Lori. Lori says, anybody interested in HKD? HKD, I saw it earlier today. I don't know. Yeah, does it? Let's see what HKD is out there doing. Is it dancing? HKD. HKD up 6%. HKD $6.75 going on up there, back up to the $10. Did it have any catalyst or anything that's got it going, or is it just moving because it's, let's see, mortgage rates are to what? And this is the only news that I see for HKD right here for today. Mortgage rates, and that's not even news for HKD. Let's look back a little bit. Have they had any kind of news? And this may just be a nice little chat room pump. You know how they like to put their feet in there and wiggle it around. Let's see what the volume is. The volume on HKD. So it needs a little bit more volume. It does get big ranges. On my particular rules that I kind of follow to trade these stocks, or any kind of stocks really, I'm looking for how many shares are there. Is it a top volume mover? Are the eyes on that stock? Does it have a catalyst? If it does have a catalyst, hey, got confidence. Like yesterday with Lucy, I was like, this looks pretty good. If it doesn't have it, size down, use 25% of a regular position, or no trade. And is the retracement worth the risk? What is the competition on the day, and has that competition doubled or tripled that particular ticker's volume? And this is for a day trade. This isn't really for a swing or a longer term hold. Are shorts strongly winning during intraday, and is their momentum showing signs of weakness? Are there any large areas of interest on the level twos? Like, and one thing that I like to pay attention to on the level twos, and let me go out to level twos. On the level twos out here, sometimes you'll see huge orders get put on the level twos. They're not actually getting filled, they're just sitting out here. And as soon as price gets close to them, they disappear. It's like they get pulled off the books. And of course, the market wants to flow to where the demand and where the supply is, right? The bigger demand, the bigger the supply. And so during the intraday, that average true range pretty much is like whatever the supply is and whatever is the demand on the bottom side, and it just flows back and forth. If it doesn't have a catalyst to push it through levels, continuation or to continue it through demand levels or supply levels. But I noticed that a lot of times when those shares disappear, um, I try to see if it can find a new wall, a actual wall where buyers are actually it. Not just something being pushed in there and pulled out, but something that's actually being eaten up. Like there's buyers shares being or orders being filled. I like to see that, and that's what I saw yesterday on Lucy. During that dip, is those shares, instead of them just getting pulled out, a big order just getting pulled out, it was like a 30,000 share position just sitting there, just eating, and then another one, boom, 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 and I was like, oh, I'm getting in. Oh, I'm getting in. Say less. But that can be a game that can be played on you though, because like we already know, there's a lot of shenanigans that go on in the market. So that's not the only thing you can look for. I mean, you still have to pay attention to the actual supports and resistance and all the other factors that come in. But I was just noticing that yesterday is while I was looking at the market. Uh, but yeah, today we shall see which one of these wants to go. For me, particularly today, I don't have anything that I'm just super focused on. I don't see anything above $2 that's really showing any kind of big numbers. If we look out here on the top movers above $2, the biggest mover we got is 9%, plus 9. And then we go down here to sub $2. This is where all the action is. This is where all the volume is. Look at this. 28 million shares on the board there. And this, the top above $2 is only getting 5 million shares there. So I'm like, okay, this isn't the day that I need to be gaming this if I don't have a strategy for sub $2 stocks. And I already know my strategy buying the dip on these stocks, the penny stocks like this, it don't work. I've seen it fail too many times. I do not buy the dip on those. Um, Really, no matter what the catalyst is, they could be like, "Oh yeah, we just saved 30,000 lives, but our company is worth 32 cents." Okay, you're gonna have to get over $2. And I don't. I'm okay. I've seen it too much. They spoof news. They put fake articles out. It's a whole lot of pumping and stuff around there. So I'm like, I think I'll value my capital with some true range, baby. Lori called out SI. Let's go look at that one. I saw SI come having some moves earlier. It had a nice little, yeah, it did have a nice little rip up yesterday and came back down to the 150s. Let me see if y'all shouted out anything else. SI, NCMI, the best PR, NCMI. Let's go look at that. Okay, so NCMI, the National Scene Media stock tumbles. National Scene, it had a Chapter 11 filing to facilitate debt restructuring. Is that good news? Reiterates outperform. Okay, yeah, okay. So they're trying to do something with their debt. Okay, let me go and look here. What was that? NCMI. That's probably why it's got the most volume. Stock soars after AMC discloses a large stake. That was 23 hours ago. So AMC bought into them. Movie theater at advertiser National Scene files bankruptcy. Okay, so they got some conflicting news here. Definitely, they got one that's saying AMC's putting money in, and then they got another one saying, "Oh man, they're broke." So I don't know. Which one will it be? We got about 10 minutes to the bell as well. Let's look at the float here. Float is looking like 32.12 million. We have a higher percentage of insiders here on Yahoo Finance. Let me go and check another place to see if that is consistent across the board in NCMI. Okay. NCMI. What was I looking at? Oh, insiders. Where are the insiders? Insider. Whoa, that's a big difference. Insider owning over here only says 1.5%. And then institutional owning is 36. So there's some discrepancies. There's some discrepancies here. NCMI. Let's look and see if they have any shelf registrations. They have shelf registrations back from what is this? 10/22. What is that? October of last year. So that's definitely not out of range. They definitely got that shelf registration. This is what I'm talking about, bro. With these stocks, it's like, oh man, I hope I don't lose my shoes. But we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. It's got two conflicting catalysts, a good and a bad. It's got conflicting information between different sites of who's actually holding it. I don't know. It's got a lot of red flags, but maybe it'll be some opportunity today for somebody. Just not me. It's got 29 million shares traded. Let's look at some of this other news. CELZ. CELZ Creative Medical Technology Holdings announces filing of 2022 Form 10K. Okay. Announces positive top line results for type 2 diabetes study on CELZ. 18 million shares traded right now. Panbella Therapeutics, PBLA Therapeutics announces first patient has been enrolled in phase 2 trial of CPP 1XT. Don't know what that is. MULN, it's not even a gapper. Pear, no news. XELA, only 4 cents. Oh my gosh, that thing has no range. VORB, trash, only 10 cents. BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond, 31 cents there. So not a lot and not a lot of competing. So this is what I look at. If I'm going to trade in a certain sector, like if it's, sub penny, what is the top mover in that section? And now, is that top mover doubling or tripling any of these other ones? Because if it is, I'm going to be focused on that top mover and not anything else. If that top mover fails, oh well, it's like, well, things happen. It wasn't the day for it. But that's kind of how, and that's the same thing I did with Lucy yesterday. Kept that top volume, kept all eyes on it, even in under VWAP. Now, if it goes under VWAP and all eyes are still on it, for a fact there's some heavy interest in that thing because retail will drop it. If it tips under VWAP, they give up. They be like, oh no, I'm good. I'm good. But if you see a hold there, retail ain't holding it up. Hold there with volume, retail ain't doing that. And the other question I like to ask is how easy is it to take 1 million shares on a specific trade, right? Or on a specific ticker on the day? Is it relatively easy? Would it be relatively easy for someone to set 1 million shares on their buy button, hit the buy and get filled immediately? How easy is that? And that's why we like that high relative volume. Okay. So we got about 5 minutes to the bell, and we're going to see the panic ensue with these penny stocks. They're cheap. They can get pushed around easy. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Um, I putting supports and resistance. I don't know how the support and resistance is going to hold. So we'll see what kind of intraday movements it gives. NCMI got up here to 41 cents. It's down to 32 cents right now. What's the next one? CELZ right at the tip top of its range as well, right under the 150s with 19 million shares traded with 168% on the board. PBLA. So it's a lot of observation, a lot of movers down here. And looking at the news that we've looked through on these first four, there isn't any really standout news just yet. So I'll be very careful. And of course, the FOMC is having their meeting today, dropping the this is gonna be their last meeting for a while too. Dropping that news this afternoon. So just be careful, be careful, keep your head on a swivel, and don't be giving back too much money to the market because they will take it very willingly. But we'll watch NCMI out of the open. It's got the most volume on the day, and we'll see what happens there. It's already looking kind of suspect, but we'll see. Maybe some people will get excited and try to come in, but this is one of those days I grab the popcorn and watch the bloodbath ensue. Lori said the AMC one. Lori said but the thing is with these cheaper stocks and resistance and support don't mean much to them. Like they look at it, they're like, oh, that's support, and they just go straight on through it. Just like a butter knife through butter. Just they see it, but it doesn't matter to them. That's why so many people get chopped out and chopped around in these type stocks. They don't respect support and resistance like that. They don't bounce off of them. And then if they do bounce, they bounce for like 1 cent. So you got to take 10,000, 20,000 shares just to get that 1 cent. Look on these level twos here. Look on these level twos here. You see these numbers sitting out here on level twos? How many of these numbers are spoofed? Right? We got 13,000 out here. We got 43,000. We got another 14,000. People are just sitting orders out there. But look over here what's actually getting filled. So we see 30,000 share positions and all of this, but what's actually getting filled is only a couple thousand shares. Now there was a 19,000 share position right there at 30 cents. That's somebody's about to get clapped. Somebody is putting in some pretty that was one order, 19,000 shares. So that was pretty massive there. But at 30 cents, how much did they really spend? Let's see. 30 cents times 19,000 shares. So they spent $5,700 on that position that they just took. And we'll see how that treats them. We have about 10 seconds to the bell, and we're going to be watching NCMI out of the open, and then we'll just move on down the list as they go. And like I said, the things over $2 just are not even in the spectrum with these right now as far as volume. They're getting doubled and tripled. Let's see what you got. So NCMI, 32 million shares. It's where all the eyes are starting off in the morning. This little small VWAP bounce right there, 30 up to 31. Now remember I said, you remember that 1 cent bounce that I was talking about? Let's see if it comes into effect here. Doesn't want to go ahead and get down now. It did its little 1 cent bounce. Let's see if you want to break. Um, Lori says her favorite swing is AI. Let's see. AI. All right, so there goes NCMI. Wanting to get down there real quick. Okay. So let's go ahead and start cleaning up the charts here. I see Lucy not really doing anything. 2 million shares there. American Airlines. Oh, I was looking at some dividend stocks and stuff before this earlier this morning. That's going down. American Airlines. Mara, not looking like a day trader. Tesla. Let's clean up the chart and clean up some of these scans. HTCR going on down there. Okay, so yeah, so that was it's staying within this little 1 cent range on NCMI. CELZ just, I don't know. This one looks weird. Huge candle up though. 9 million shares traded on the up. And now kind of very tight range up here. PBLA, BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond not doing too much. Let's see who stays alive. Bed Bath and Beyond giving a movement down. Big movement down. Not really. It's 32 cents down to 30 cents. It's not really. Look at these sizes on the level twos though. 100K sitting out there. Do we see any of those going through like 30,000 shares or anything like that? Not really. SI continuing upward as well. The volume definitely getting killed there. HKD coming on down as well. From $9 down to the 861s. Looking for things that will catch people's eyes as they open up their scanners and clearing the map of all of the distractions. We jump over here to the scans. This is what my scans are looking like now. Top gappers. And these are anything above 30%. They'll be up here. For especially for under a dollar or whatever, sub dollars, they need to be moving. I don't like them to be like up 1%, up 2%. That's not what we're looking for. So NCMI, very tight range there. PBLA, small pops, holding green on the day. One of the few that actually has green on the board. Actually, yeah, let me just get those, the ones that are actually green. And those will probably be the ones that get pushed. HTCR going on down to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, PBLA. PBLA is green. NC, got that one up there. That one's 10 cents. VORB, no kind of range. And then this one is YVR. Still got that one. Okay. And then up here on the higher time or the higher priced ones, they're just not in the competition when it comes to volume. That's all. Saito jumping up there. Let's see what Saito's talking about. Saito. All right, so we cleaned up most of our scans here, just basically focusing on things that are holding upward. Of course, the SPY is up to 411s, kind of going sideways. Of course, we have that news today, so it may be some indecision in the market as well. Um, I don't know if it's going to be any big drops or anything like that, but it may be stagnant. CELZ, PBLA coming on back down. Who wants to hold green on the day though? All these stocks up. YVR. Let me look for some more catalyst over here. BSX, medical device makers gain amid return to normalcy. BYN, Lucy coming on back up to the $4, but only 2 million shares traded. Riot, yeah, not a whole lot there. Most of these I didn't even need to have this separate scanner for because they're not doing anything. I could just look at the top to the tops. It's basically just clipping the tops. NCMI, CELZ, PBLA. So yeah, I think that will be the way that I want to go. I don't really need this. Looking at the things that are holding up their gains. So far, we've seen a couple give back. Saito, I don't know what the support on this one would be. This looks like got up here to the 215s, came back through it, had a bottom here, the 132s. 5 million shares there traded. A lot of indecision. NCMI pumping up there again. Another little 1-2 cent breakout there, almost to the 35s. I just want to focus on I want to focus on trading. Ooh, a little pop there, a little cent pop there. YVR. One of the few that's holding green today, up 24% since the open. So will it start to? Only 6 million shares traded though. It needs to get fed a little bit more. Needs to get fed a little bit more there. NCMI pushing up there. Had a little resistance here at 34. Will this become resistance, or will it even care about this type of resistance? Does it want to go higher? Has a 40 cent top there, what looks like, on the 4 hour. And I kind of work my way down the time frame, so I kind of look at the support and resistance on the larger time frame to see, if I can see any kind of patterns or whatnot, and then I move down. I eventually take my entries on the 15-minute, but yeah, I start up high. Start with the bird's eye view. And so right now we kind of see some resistance, maybe. Doesn't mean it's going to respect it. CELZ going on back down. 11% down on the day. So I don't think it's going to be able to compete with these that are still green. And now on the scans for the things over $2, nothing is above 10%. So let's look at the overall market here. Overall market is pretty green, you know, seeing that we're about to get this news today. Pretty green on the overall market. Let me go back here and check my other stocks. So these are the ones that I was looking to maybe swing. We got these types. We got some non-dividends here. GBIO, I've been watching that one since Moderna invested in them for a possible hold long term. Square and PayPal are in here as well. They don't pay dividends, so I took them out of the dividend stock. But as for the dividends, Schwab, really like that one. Ally Bank, Bank of America. What was this one? MS. What was MS? I forget. Citibank, and then Regions Financial. All of these do dividends. So I just been looking, waiting and watching. But I really think they're gonna have a little bit of a leg down, one more leg down, especially after this news drops today. So I'm in wait mode on those before I look to do anything with them. PBLA snapping downwards. Okay. PBLA lost its positioning. Let's see what else is here. If we look over here on TOS, some of these daily charts are some of these, how they look on the daily chart is definitely not looking encouraging. NCMI is still pushing up. CELZ, big drop there, and no obvious fall point. And we can see that it's had a fall like this before, gapped up out of nowhere, 54 cents up to a dollar something, and fell back down to the bottom. So HTCR again coming down here, sitting on the 200 moving average right now. I don't know if this would, let me see, is this obvious? Not really. Go back a little bit. That top right there does not look at like an obvious point there. Not super obvious. So if everybody can't see it, then I don't want to be an army of one. You know what I mean? You're the only one looking. You're creating obvious stuff in your head. You end up getting absolutely wrapped in the mouth. YVR on the daily chart just looks kind of spooky as well. Another one of those weird movers. Saito has the top here at the 240, 250s. Has been had a gap down here to the 362s. It's a low float, 2 million something shares outstanding, but definitely not competing with the top. NCMI taking all of the eyes for today. 53 million shares traded, up to 35%. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna trade it, you might as well trade where the eyes are. And NCMI has the eyes. I see a 15,000 share position there at 35.08 on the level twos there. Let's see any other big sizes. Oh, there was a 29 at the 24. That's all the way down here, so that's kind of out of range. They may want the price to come down there. But yeah, nice little penny stock mover day. True penny stocks today though. Saito continues to pump out here. So it has a high of the 250s. Now this is a little bit higher price stock, so it could hold up here. I was looking at this daily chart, 250-ish level could lead to some type of breakout. Then it has a top up here of the 3. But the catalyst is definitely not the best. Therapeutics announces publication. It's just a publication from the phase 2 trial results. So not a great catalyst there. But it is up quite a bit and continuing to hold. It's only 10 million shares traded though. Still getting doubled and tripled by NCMI. Right up there to that 250 there. Yeah, I think it's gonna end up breaking 250. Up 33%. It's a top mover on the day. Woo, Wish. What in the world did you do? Wish up 2,000 something percent. Wish. What in the world, Wish? Oh, they must have did a reverse split or something. They had to. Yep, 1 for 30 reverse stock split. Trash. Okay, YVR. Come on down. So yeah, Saito's looking the best on the day right now. But that catalyst though, it's gonna be a problem for it. Anyway, you guys, if you're gonna continue trading today, definitely keep your head on a swivel. News is dropping this afternoon, so if things start acting weird, you know why. I'm gonna get ready to log off. I don't see anything that I would like to trade. Usually by now I would know if I'm gonna be trading something. Like Lucy yesterday, saw that early during pre-market. I was like, "Yep, that's the one." But today nothing meeting my criteria, so I'm okay with being on my hands. I'm gonna go and do some work, and try to be great like Lori and GD and Donnell and all of you guys that are out there that are doing your thing, taking money out of the market, sometimes taking my money, but I'm not mad, you know. I appreciate your diligence and your consistency. But yeah, NCMI coming on down. And like I said, I'm about to go ahead and shut it down. I'm not gonna sit here and watch a dying camel today. I want to see what that news is talking about, and I will be coming back on Friday streaming, but I will be looking at the markets tomorrow as well. Just keeping up and seeing if I can see any opportunities that I like. But as for today, you know, I am I am okay with where I sit on the week, okay with where I sit on the month. Just gotta set aside some money for taxes. But yeah, you guys have a great day. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be on Friday. And if you're in the Discord, not in the Discord, that's whatever. That's where we talk off the stream if I see something or whatever. But on a day like this, I probably won't see nothing. But I definitely try to update you guys before things pop off. Cause like I said, I buy low. I'm gonna let you know when it's low, not high. But yeah, that's it for today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.